Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So last week our bed was on the floor. This room was looking a little bit of a mess. And today I woke up in a bedroom with new furniture pieces, with lots of storage. And now in today's video, I need to bring my mood board to life and really give this bedroom the ultimate cozy factor, which, believe me, this room is definitely cozy. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze. After we got all the furniture in here, I realized how little space I have to put all the things I was planning in here. So really all we could fit is our bed and 2 nightstands. I planned out the whole layout and I really wanted to add some plants, my little rotating bookshelf, and also some standing lamps. But now I'm pretty sure that none of that is going to fit. So we are gonna figure it out together. I know that there's gonna be other ways to style it and really add more personality to the room. I'm thinking we're just gonna have to use more vertical space. So we are gonna make that come to life today. Going back to my mood board, I'm really feeling Japandi, mid-century modern, and warm modernism vibes. So that is the goal for this room. We have a really good base to work with. I love these furniture pieces, but we definitely need to add a little bit of a layering, add more depth to that. And the number one way to do that is with paint. So last week I asked you guys to help me choose between these 3 paint samples. So that is what we're gonna start with today. So we have 3 colors to choose from, 2 mid-tone browns and then 1 deeper brown. And the thing that I noticed about this room is that it has 2 extremes. So during the day it is very bright. We get a lot of direct sunlight in here. And on the other end, since we have no overhead lighting, it gets super dark in here at nighttime. This color was just super dark. So I really thought this middle color was going to be the winner, but I really wanted something a little bit warmer. So we're gonna go with this first color. So this is our winner. This is called Baked Sienna by Behr. I just felt like it had the right balance. I always feel like I go for a chocolatey brown, so this is a little bit different from me, a lot warmer, and I'm excited to get it onto the walls. And now we have to move everything out of this bedroom, even though it's only been up for a week, but we have to paint. Shake, 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 shake it. I just finished cutting in and the color is looking pretty good so far. So I'm only painting this wall as our focal point until we figure out what to do with the rest of the room. Like, for example, I'm not sure if I want to paint this nook or not yet. So that's why I'm just doing this one wall. We're gonna live with it and see if that changes in the future. Plus, since we're renting, I kind of got flashbacks to repainting 6 walls in the bedroom because we painted the whole entire thing. And if we did that for this room, there's actually so much more wall coverage and so many more nooks and corners and crannies. So I want to make sure that I want to paint the whole thing before I commit. But this back wall is going to be plenty of color. This color is gorgeous. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks great in the daylight, great when it's shady, and then at nighttime, this is also gonna give such a nice glow when we have the lights on. Now I wanna work for the artwork for this wall. So I pinned this photo a while ago. It is by Lulu in Georgia in collaboration with Sarah Sherman. Samuel. I never can say her name. Sarah Sherman Samuel. I'm really inspired by her work, and I just love that art panel that they put up there. To make this, I got some MDF cut in stores. So this is 9 by 32. I just wanted something that would take up more visual space on this wall. And my plan is to add some hinges to this. So I have 4 of these, and I want it partially folded like the inspo photo. And instead of painting on the floral design, I thought it'd be fun to do a collage type of project. So I'm gonna use my Cricut for that. But first I'm going to prime the whole thing, and then we're gonna paint it this gorgeous green color. Hello from future Tina. You might have noticed that my backdrop is a little bit different. No, this is not my artwork, and I did not choose these curtains. We're actually in a hotel room right now because we are back in our second home in California for the weekend. We're here for a couple of business meetings, and we also just wanted to take a little bit of a mental break because this past month has been a little bit busy, and this next month is going to be even busier. I'm so thankful that we have these opportunities, but it does get a little bit overwhelming. Even though I don't show it on camera, I am very much an overthinker, an overstressor. When I watch my videos back sometimes, yep, she's overthinking. So I partnered with Grow Therapy on today's video to share a little reminder to take some time to yourself and also take time to take care of your mental health. Grow Therapy is a platform committed to making mental health care accessible, affordable, and personalized. There are so many benefits in starting therapy, and I think it makes such a difference in how you go about your week, knowing that you have someone to talk to about whatever you might be worrying about. So whatever you're going through, they have your back. The platform is super user-friendly. They connect you with independent licensed therapists, and you can do both in-person and virtual sessions. There's a huge range of specialties and support for over 50 insurance carriers, which ensures that high quality care is available to everyone. For me personally, as an entrepreneur, as a creative, I have a lot of hats to wear. There's a lot to balance as far as planning videos, budgeting, keeping up with timelines, also talking to clients, emailing, doing all of that stuff. It gets a little bit overwhelming and also a lot to balance. So it's just really nice to slow down and have someone to talk about it, whatever you're going through. Scheduling is quick to do, and if you've ever wanted to try therapy, take this as your sign. You can learn more about Growth Therapy with my link in the description box or scan my QR code right over here. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of our time here. I will see you guys back in Chicago in the new bedroom. I'm so excited to show it to you guys. The panels are drying, so I'm gonna get started on the design. I have been loving my Cricut Maker 4. It just launched last month, and today I'm gonna use it to cut out some flowers and petal shapes. So I found a bunch of images on the Cricut design space to do this, and I will actually link my project below in case you guys want to recreate this project. So I'm using some cardstock, and I actually want to add some texture to this before I actually cut it out. So I think I'm going to try watercolor and gouache and also colored pencils. I really like the look of having something that has a pattern or a texture on it against the solid green backdrop. I was very inspired by these collage pieces, so that's kind of the vibe that I'm going for. So it is very abstract, very freehand, and you can totally just have fun with this. So here are the different textures. I have some that are a little bit more splotchy, some that are more linear, like these two. And then this one, I kind of just experimented with it. I wanted to have some variation within the red for the petals, having some darker tones, some browns. This is very experimental. I've never done anything like this before, so I am trusting the process. And I think once we get the petals cut out, we can kind of adjust. And I think it'll look better the more you add to it. I've been wanting to do a collage piece for a long time now, but I just never found the right idea to do it until now. This project is just so much fun to experiment with paint and colored pencils and layering the flower cutouts together to get a cohesive look. This was such a fun project for me because you can experiment with paint and colored pencils. I even ended up using oil pastels and just laying the flower cutouts together so that you can get a cohesive piece. As I've grown older, I have such a deeper appreciation of Asian inspired art. Although this is a much more modern take on it, it holds a lot of meaning to me as both Brian and I grew up with panel art in our childhood homes. Okay, it's a little bit of a mess right now, but that means the creative juices are flowing. I have my little station set up. The panels are ready to go. I have my flower petals here. So I have red, pink, and yellow. And I'm definitely not going to use all of this. I just wanted to give myself some options because realistically, I'm probably only going to put like 7 or 8 flowers on here. And then I have all of my stems. So right now I have to play around with the placement and figure out the layout to best see what flows together. Vietnamese mother of pearl inlay panels are very popular. I remember my parents had one when we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment in Chicago with 5 of us. I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and my grandma and I actually shared a bunk bed. It was in the dining room and it was sectioned off by a curtain, so that was our quote-unquote bedroom. So it was very innovative because we were very tight on space. So when we moved into a 4-bedroom house in the suburbs, this panel art piece definitely came with us. And as you may have saw last week, I did find a folding screen that I absolutely love, but after hanging it over our bed, it was a bit small for the scale. So we're gonna find it its true home in our apartment, but for now it is beautifully displayed in my studio. So I love that by DIYing it, I can really customize it and get the exact size that I want. Quick update, I'm about to add the hinges on. I think they're supposed to go in the middle here. So I'm marking off all of my little pilot holes right here. And if you look outside, comment down below what time you think it is outside. It's 2:30 p.m. and I have to film in the dark. Without these lights, this is how dark it is in here. The struggle. I put this together with small hinges starting from the middle 2 panels and worked my way outwards. I watched a bunch of tutorials to figure out how to do this, but you basically just need to alternate the direction of the hinges so that you could fold this up accordion style. This took me a couple of days to finish and I am really proud of this piece. Doesn't the color look so good?
So chocolatey.
Do you mind holding the piece while I look at it?
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna put it a little lower.
How's it looking?
Good. Should we mount this TV? Is it worth it?
But I'm scared.
Nah, we don't need to mount this one. Well, I'm thinking about putting a shelf up here. What do you guys think? 1 or 2 shelves?
This is a huge upgrade.
I know, right? It looks so much better. So I want to work with the vertical space that we have in this room because we really do not have a lot of floor space. So we're going to add a shelf above the TV. I got a select pine board and I just got them to cut it for me at Home Depot. Okay, hopefully you guys cannot hear what is happening outside right now, but this is probably the cheapest way to do it, to get a custom shelf that will fit exactly in your space. So this is the route that I like to go. But this time around, I'm actually going to use some decorative brackets. I feel like I usually go for a floating shelf look, but this time I really want to highlight the brackets and make it its own moment. This is already pretty smooth, but I'm going to give it one more sand, and then I'm going to go in with Provincial, I think, or Early American, or I might mix both. These are pretty warm tones, so I think they're gonna go well with the brass brackets that I got, which are coming in tomorrow. And it's also gonna pair well with our flooring and the other wood tones that I have going on in here. Gonna give this a quick sand, and then a coat of conditioner, and then probably 2 coats of the stain. Okay, we're getting the shelf up. I love these brackets. These are solid brass, so they were like $30 per bracket. So I'm gonna keep these forever. I always go for a floating shelf look, but this is definitely different. I just wanted to make this a moment, so let's get this up. Is it good?
Yeah! What I can say is that this does get easier over time.
Yeah, it definitely does.
If this was like when we first moved into our LA apartment like 4 or 5 years ago, this would have took like 2 hours.
If you guys have been following since then, shelves was like the first big DIY that I did, and I was so nervous. And now it's a piece of cake. So I feel like no bedroom is complete without curtains, so we are definitely adding some, especially since we have such large windows. And the roller shades that we have on them right now are blackout. So it's either really dark in here or you have the windows completely open, which I know people can't see in during the day, but I would like to have a little bit of privacy. So these are the curtains that I picked out for this room. I wanted to go for something a little bit different than the neutral creamy white linen that I go for. So this is a very light brown. I don't even know if you guys can tell on camera, but I thought this would be a nice way to tie in the paint color and also our bedding. And this is also going to make the room feel a little bit larger as well. This room already feels pretty tall, but something about framing it out makes it feel even taller and larger. Okay, let's get these up. I've been very inspired to do something a little bit different in this room, which is to hang a light in the corners. So going for more of an asymmetrical look. So my idea is to hang this oval rice paper lantern in this corner. I have not opened it yet, so let's open her together. Oh. Is this an oval? Let's hope so. Yes, it's perfect. Oh, there's a little hole in there though. That's fine. Okay. Honestly, if I like it, maybe I'll do 2 of these in the future. We are not going to hardwire this in. I had a couple of questions on how I do this with a battery powered light. So first we need a light kit. This one is pretty inexpensive. I used it a couple of times before and it works perfectly. So this plate is what goes onto the ceiling. You can just drill 2 holes wherever you want. So I usually do like one of these inner circles. So one up here and then one down here. I make sure to use anchors. So this is just gonna sit at the top of your ceiling like this. And these 2 holes on the side here are where you're going to attach the actual light kit. So for a visual, this is how it's going to look. And then we just drill our holes right onto the side. What's nice about these light kits are that they are totally adjustable. So you just feed the cord into the hole, pull it as high and make it as long or as short as you want it. So it should look something like this when you put it onto the ceiling. Okay, that was a struggle. I should have waited for Brian. But at least the rug looks good. You guys, the bedroom is done. I'm very happy and very proud of how this makeover came out. It definitely feels very me, also very cozy, and I'm so excited to go to bed in here tonight. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Did you guys think I would choose this paint color? Do you like the artwork that we made? I'm very happy with all the choices that we made and how it all just came together. So thank you guys so much for watching and being along for this ride. There are still a bunch of makeovers coming, so if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below and also give me a follow on Instagram. I'm sure this room is going to keep evolving, so I share daily updates over there. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!